Hello there, trust you're doing well on this 4th day of June 2023. We have so much lined up for you tonight, but first let's take a look at our headlines. President Ruto asks members of parliament to pass the finance bill, says the housing fund will help provide job opportunities for Kenyans as the bill awaits presentation to Parliament on Tuesday. Nyanza leaders are to reject Finance Bill 2023 or face public wrath. Third phase of exhumation exercise in Shakahola Forest to resume tomorrow Monday. And World Rally Championship Safari Rally Greening Legacy campaign crosses the 8.2 million mark. Alright, Weekend Live begins now. Ruth Chepkoech is our sign language interpreter tonight. My name is ODIDA. Let's get started. President William Ruto has once again defended the Finance Bill 2023, citing that it is the long-awaited solution to salvage the country's economy. Speaking during the Thanksgiving service of Environment Cabinet Secretary Soipan Tuya in Narok County, the president also called out those rejecting the finance bill and backed the proposal for an open ballot voting in Parliament.
President William Ruto has backed the proposal for an open ballot system during the voting for the Finance Bill 2023. While defending the bill, especially the house tax levy, the Commander-in-Chief cited that the debate is aimed at salvaging the country's economy and should therefore be supported. Ruto says that some of the benefits of the housing program include creating employment, where he says the program will help reduce the number of unemployed youths indirectly or directly, boosting the economy to help the manufacturing sector grow, and decent housing, which he claims will help reduce the growing of slums.
Kila mjumbe ajulikane amepiga kura wapi. Mimi nangojea mbunge mwenye anaenda kupiga kura ati kupinga mpango ya serikali kuwapatia hawa vijana ambao waliwapigia kura ati ajira. I am waiting.
Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua also says that the sole beneficiary of the bill are Kenyans. Gachagua has also called out those rejecting the bill, claiming that they are a hindrance to development.
So, nyinyi kama mbunge wetu anasema watu wasilipe kodi, asilize barabara kwa sababu itatoka wapi.
Different leaders who also accompanied the president aired their views, most of them pledging to support the bill and pass it in Parliament.
Sasa imekuwaje wewe unapinga na wewe unachukua pesa ya bunge kununua nyumba, na hawa wa Kenya ambaye hawana pesa na serikali iko na mipango, iko na nia ya kuwapatia manyumba, wewe unasema ukifika bunge utapinga?
We want to challenge our colleagues, especially wale wanatoka upande Azimio. If indeed you don't believe in the housing agenda, kama kweli hauamini hii maneno ya nyumba ni maana, rudisha ile pesa ya mortgage ambayo mlichukua, ndio tujue kweli hamuamini hii maneno ya manyumba.
Serikali haishindwi. Mimi kama chief whip kule bungeni nitahakikisha hii kitu ya finance bill imepita, kwa sababu lazima serikali iendelee mbele.
As the Finance Bill 2023 continues to elicit debates in the country, all eyes remain on the National Assembly, who have till the 30th of June to pass or reject the bill. Ruth Wanjiru, Fukeyu TV.
All right, now President William Ruto has been urged to listen to Kenyans' concern over the Finance Bill 2023 or risk public wrath that could see his government kicked out of power. This is according to the Sufuria Revolution Movement leader Obungo Wich, who says the bill, which seeks to increase taxation and introduce new ones, is an affront to the Constitution as it threatens the basic survival of Kenyans.
As to the contrary opinion.
During the launch of the local chapter of the Bunge la Mwananchi at Sagam in Game constituency, the Sufuria Revolution movement leader Obungo Wich has warned elected leaders from Nyanza to prepare for the public wrath should any of them vote in favor of the proposed finance bill in parliament.
Any member of parliament, any senator, any women rep, any elected member of parliament and senator from Nyanza, if you dare vote for that bill, don't step into your homes. Don't come to your places. Don't come to the constituencies. Don't come to your counties. Don't bother us because you are not part of us.
Owich says that the Finance Bill 2023, which seeks to increase taxation and introduce new ones, is an affront to the Constitution and that it threatens the basic survival of Kenyans.
Of the Sufuria Revolution movement, Kenya. Siaya Bunge la Wananchi. This is then Bunge la Wananchi, Siaya County. We are saying this categorically. We have read the Finance Bill 2023. The contents of the Finance Bill 2023 is threatening our constitution.
The Sufuria Revolutionary movement that has been active in street protest in opposition to the high cost of living has declared support for Busia Senator Okiya Omtata's decision to file a case in court against the bill.
We want to support the Busia Senator Okiya Omtata, who yesterday went to court to challenge the Finance Bill 2023. And we are saying here in Siaya County that we want to ask all our leaders that are elected in ODM and Azimio la Umoja movement that it is your mandate, and this we are not begging, it is your mandate to see to it that that bill doesn't see the light of the day.
Which now calls upon Kenyans to stand firm and hold their leaders accountable using their supremacy granted by the Constitution. They are now urging elected politicians who are warming up to the opponents of their sponsoring parties to resign and seek a fresh mandate from the electorate. Salma Swaleh, KUTV.
Interior Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki has revealed that the third phase of the exhumation exercise in Shakahola Forest, Kilifi County, will resume tomorrow, Monday. The exercise will kick off after a 2-week break, which is meant to allow pathologists to conduct post-mortem examinations on the 129 bodies that were exhumed in the second phase of the exercise. Ivy Bina with more in this report.
Interior Cabinet Secretary Professor Kithure Kindiki has said that Phase 3 of exhuming bodies in Shakahola mass graves resumes as from tomorrow. On the same note, he issued a stern warning to the masterminds disguising their deadly acts in religion, saying that they will be smoked out and will face the law.
Tungeomba KUTUS tuupgradiwe. Hiyo police station ikuwe a fully fledged police station because of the security of our students, security of the county government infrastructure there, na security ya mambo mengi ambayo sasa inafanyika KUTUS. Hiyo, that is a common problem. Zangu specifically nitakuandikia.
He has added that the task force that was put up by the president will come up with regulations that will thoroughly scrutinize churches before their registration to avoid a repeat of the same.
Wakati ile jopo kazi ambalo rais amechagua litatembea pale, ningetaka waumini wote, Wakristo wenzangu na viongozi wetu wa makanisa waongee na serikali, mtuambie kama mungetaka tuendelee kukaa vile tulivyo, tuwe na makenzi wengine ambao watatumia injili vibaya kuua watu, ama mungetaka mabadiliko.
The Cabinet Secretary has also assured Kirinyaga residents that more police vehicles will be given out and more administrative units will be set up in an attempt to enforce security.
Tungetaka tupambane na pombe, vijana wetu waache kuharibika. Ungetaka mahali police posts na police stations imejengwa tuongezee zingine, na vile tuongezee maofisa. Vile kuna mambo ya barabara, mambo ya maji, hayo mambo yote tutatimiza kwa sababu tuko na nia na tuko na kiongozi ambaye ni kiongozi ambaye amejitolea.
Kindiki harshly called out the opposition for the violent demonstrations that have caused chaos and huge losses recently nationwide.
What we will not agree to do is to allow a few people hiding under the freedom to express their political rights to cause chaos, to disrupt businesses, to hurt people, and to kill people the way we experienced destruction and death in February.
The Cabinet Secretary has urged Kenyans to give out their opinions to help deal with false religion and to continue praying for the nation as well as their leaders. Ivy Bina, KUTV.
Turkana South leaders led by Turkana South lawmaker Dr. John Ariko have called on parents to ensure that they have taken their children to school as one way of fighting poverty. The leaders have insisted that it is a constitutional obligation to parents to embrace their children's education.
While speaking at Katilu Boys High School in Turkana County, Turkana South Member of Parliament Dr. John Ariko has urged parents to ensure their children go to school.
It is a constitutional right for any parent to take the child to school. Ni lazima, katiba ndio inasema hivyo, sio mimi, nyinyi ndio mlipitisha katiba. It's a constitutional right. It's a basic need. Education is a basic need. And it is the only investment ambayo unaweza patia mtoto wako. It is the only investment ambayo hakuna mtu atawahi rithi kwa maisha yako.
The MP, backed by other leaders in the area, affirmed the parents' constitutional mandate to cater for the well-being of their school-going children.
Wewe mzazi ukikaa maisha mbovu, hata mtoto atakaa maisha mbovu. Atakuja shuleni kama hana uniform vizuri, kama hana viatu, kama hajajipanga vizuri. Lakini ukiwa very good role model, hata mtoto wako pia atakaa kwa mazingira mazuri na atajifunia kuwa mtoto kama mtoto mwingine mwenzake.
Katilu Boys High School has been praised for being one of the top performing schools in Turkana County, with leaders calling for partnership between education stakeholders. The school will benefit from a modern library that the area MP John Ariko has promised to construct for the institution. According to Article 53 of the Kenyan Constitution, every child has a right to free and compulsory basic education, and Kenyan laws mandate parents to ensure their children enjoy this right. Mutweri Eliud, KUTV.
Now to Siaya County, former Siaya Governor Rasanga has challenged the government to support the development of untapped tourist sites in the county. Rasanga says that though the county is endowed with numerous tourism potential, efforts have not been made to exploit them, hence denying both the county and national government's revenue.
Former Siaya Governor Cornel Rasanga now wants the government to invest in the tourism sector in Siaya County. Rasanga, who was speaking while on a hike at Got Akara Hills, said that Siaya County is worthy of potential tourist attraction sites, which, if revamped, can attract many tourists, both locally and internationally, and earn the county revenue.
Lake Nyabolis, you will even see it now as you go. Right? So I believe if we give it some small punch, then it will be a tourist attraction that will attract people from far, and hence it will generate revenue for the county.
Rasanga has also stated that there are proposals to establish a golf club on Got Akara Hills in order to attract more tourists.
And I thought we could establish a golf course on top of this hill. And that is my vision. Up to today. Ukiona vile unaniona mimi nachezaga golf siku hizi. Sawa sawa. So we have already approached some people. They are willing to come and invest on top of the hill.
Siaya County Chief Tourism Officer Elizabeth Oduor has said that there are numerous potential tourist attraction sites in Siaya, among them 5 lakes. She has urged Kenyans to tour different places in the country in order to boost local tourism and earn the country revenue.
Siaya is a county of great potential, although untapped. We have several natural resources, this one being one of them. We are a county that has 5 lakes within this ecosystem. We have Lake Sare, Lake Kanyaboli, Lake Bob, Lake Namboyo, and Lake Victoria.
The government now urges citizens to boost domestic tourism by visiting various destinations in order to help the county and country earn revenue and better the economy. Joseph Kes, KUTV.
All right, now with that report by Joseph Kess, we are taking our very first short break at this point. Stay with us, we're coming back with more.
Focus on Health is a show that creates awareness on matters health and informs you on various diseases, their causes, treatment, prevention, coping, and support. So join me, Bwari Michelle, every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. only on KUTV. You can also follow us on our social media platforms at KUTV Focus on Health on Facebook and also on YouTube, and Health Focus on Instagram, because your health is your wealth. Stay safe and stay healthy.
Lola ni programu inayokupa fursa ya kutizama video zozote pindi tu unapokuwa na nafasi. Hadithi za kukupa motisha, drama, maisha ya vyuo vikuu, teknolojia, masuala ya jamii, kuzuru maeneo tofauti, spoti, burudani na zaidi. Pata programu ya Lola sasa kwenye rununu yako kwa yote unayohitaji.
It's the kind of life I ever wanted. Money, power, moves, and it does. And I also went to like a seminary school too, like where I'm supposed to be like a reverend father. I've always been around music all my life. Yeah, I mean, it's up to every artist to know what motivates them. I saw you with the content, tell me nonsense. Say we no get memo, take the content. Check my watch, you go see na God's timing.
So it's not the duty of the prosecutor to investigate. The prosecutor will only evaluate the evidence that has been brought forth by the investigative agencies. And that's why we criminal law practitioners take advantage. Yeah, because you know, well, you are here arguing this case with me, but you do not investigate.
You don't know what are the details concerning this particular case.
Yeah.
All right, welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. Let's now take a look at what's happening in the world of agriculture. Now, Zambia's opposition has criticized an agreement with Kenya to allow Kenyan farming of maize in Zambia to help meet its food needs amid a record drought. The National Democratic Congress says Zambian farmers should be given priority for farming Zambian land for exports to Kenya and notes problems with maize supplies at home. Kathy Short reports from Lusaka, Zambia.
The Horn of Africa's record drought has made maize a staple food in Africa and even more sought-after grain. In Zambia, one of sub-Saharan Africa's top maize suppliers, police say that demand has fueled smuggling to neighbors like the Democratic Republic of Congo, causing shortages at home. Despite the supply concerns at home, Zambia in March signed a controversial deal with Nairobi to allow Kenyan farmers to grow maize in Zambia for export to Kenya. Saboi Mboela is leader of Zambia's opposition National Democratic Congress.
We do have a lot of farmers in this country, and the government also can empower a lot of subsistence farmers so that they grow a lot of maize and they export. Why do they have to involve Kenyans in doing that? Let them deal with the Zambians alone.
Kenya's High Court in April temporarily suspended the deal after the Kenyan Farmers Party argued it is unconstitutional. Another hearing is scheduled for later in May. If the agreement goes ahead as planned, some analysts argue it will benefit both Zambia and Kenya. Isaac Mwaipopo is director of Zambia's Center for Trade Policy and Development.
And that step that had been taken by the two governments was going to be a step in the right direction in terms of creating job opportunities within the continent, but also getting to deal with the food security concerns within the continent.
The Zambian government declined VOA's request for comments, but information officials provided video aired on state television that they say shows Zambia's President Hakainde Hichilema meeting with farmers, millers and grain traders in April to discuss the maize deal with Kenya.
We respect what you do. We respect what farmers do. But let's also support farmers so that they too can make money.
Both the Zambian and Kenyan Ministries of Agriculture declined VOA's request for comment on the maize farming deal. Kathy Short for VOA News, Lusaka, Zambia.
For a second year, the war in Ukraine is adding to worries for American farmers already pinched by higher interest rates. VOA's Kane Farabao speaks with farmers in the Midwest state of Illinois, about the impact of world events as they launch another planting season amid cascading uncertainties.
Last year's start of the war in Ukraine brought chaos for farmers like David Iserman.
It just totally disrupted the whole system. Prices went up in anticipation.
The biggest price hikes were for a farmer's inputs, like fertilizer.
The problem is that Russia and their ally Belarus are major suppliers of the three things we use: nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. So that disrupted our supply of that. When you take out two of the world's major suppliers, it affects things.
As the war in Ukraine grinds on for a second year, Iserman is planning for a new growing season. He is thankful that, for now, supply chain bottlenecks have eased.
Things have kind of worked themselves out a little bit. Prices are dropping. Grain prices are down from last year, so people are not as aggressive, I think, on their fertilizer purchases, which is helping a little bit.
Lately, we've also seen prices sliding.
Joe Camp of Comstock Investments, an agriculture risk management firm, says the overall price for grains like corn, soybeans, and wheat stabilized after Russia and Ukraine agreed to a grain selling accord brokered by the United Nations and Turkey in 2022.
Since then, we've not seen a material increase in demand, but we know that that can change going forward.
Particularly if the grain deal, which was extended May 17th for 2 months, falls apart as the war rages on.
It's been something that's actually taken prices lower as we compete with cheap wheat, continue to do that. Same thing with corn, and it keeps prices, I think, generally lower than they otherwise would be if we had that demand flowing back from Russia and Ukraine.
The Black Sea Grain Initiative also impacts a farmer's input prices.
Even the grain export deal allows for Russia to continue sending out fertilizer. So relative to what we feared, we're well stocked and benefiting from at least lower prices heading into the new season.
But while Iserman is shelling out less money to plant and grow crops, the cost of financing those purchases has risen due to soaring interest rates.
Yeah, it affects everybody we touch.
A tight U.S. labor market has made it harder for Iserman to hire farmhands and other workers.
You try to find somebody to haul grain for you. You know, if you don't have your own truck, it's very difficult. That problem is there. We just don't have the people to drive the trucks anymore.
While Iserman is slowly incorporating automation into his farming operation,
it doesn't have automatic turn.
He has no choice but to depend on himself and his family to plant and harvest the crops he grows this year. Kane Fairbaugh, VOA News, Streator, Illinois.
We are taking a very short break at this point. Stay with us.
Are you an aspiring media practitioner, a graduate, or you just want to advance your skills in television production? Then welcome to Kenyatta University, where education meets innovation. KUTV, the premier university television station in Kenya, is now offering short courses in TV studio, field technical operations, and video editing. Through these courses, you will acquire hands-on skills on camera operations, media production, lighting techniques, audiovisual editing, and sound and visual control, and how to operate key equipment in modern TV control room. Enroll today at KUTV and discover your full potential in cutting-edge TV broadcasting. Graduates of these courses will receive professional certificates. For more information, visit our offices at KUTV Studios or call us on 020-870-4252 or 020-870-4255 or SMS us on 0739-110-544. KUTV, a new experience.
Kipindi hewani ni mitindo ya kipwani. Kama ilivyo kipindi hiki kinahusu nyimbo za taarab, chakacha, midwara, midundiko, bila kusahau mapishi. Ambao ndio uti wa mgongo wa